Our winner from the last 3 shows has yet to make any money. But it's early days, isn't it? But everything in the second half of the show is worth twice as much. Oh, yes, you can't wait for it, can you? Right, well, here we go with the 4th verse. It begins as follows. He was taking a wedding photo and just about to go click. He was taking a wedding photo and just about to go click. Yes, I know what you're thinking, but don't put it down because we really can't read it out. But you never know, they may put it down, then I've got to read it out. Isn't that embarrassing? A word to rhyme with click. Yes, yes, isn't it interesting? You started writing separately, and you look at each other. Amazing. But doesn't matter. It's who gets in first, and whose turn is it to go first? It must be the 4th time, Perry. Perry, you're going to try and double up what you've got.
Simon.
Simon Fanshawe. He was taking a wedding photo and just about to go click.
I've tried to be good, Nicholas.
Have you?
When he realised the matron of honour was holding the best man's walking stick.
Oh! That's what's called giving a clean line and telegraphing the filth, isn't it?
I tried to be good.
You were good. You were very good, I said. You gave the clean line and telegraphed the it doesn't matter.
Hattie.
Hattie Hayridge.
Ridge.
I know it's the ridge. I just wanted to be wrong, yes. Hattie Hayridge, right. He was taking a wedding photo and just about to go click.
There's an obvious rhyme to this, so I think I'll just say sick.
Sick! And I think And Perry is sick at heart because he... Show it, make sure they can see it. He also had sick, yes, so he's sick at heart. So, you chose, didn't you? Right. So you get £30 for that, Nigel. Bad luck. It could have been you, Perry, but you chose the wrong one.
Oh, one-track mind, Perry. Got and sick.
Jeremy, what did you have for us on that?
Well, I chose the obvious one, I'm afraid, because I was a bit tired.
Doesn't matter, it might be funny and obvious. He was taking a wedding photo and just about to go click.
When he saw the video camera and felt like a spare...
Sick.
No, yes.
Nigel. No, it wasn't Nigel. It wasn't. He had the word, but what did you...
He said something filthy.
No, he didn't say it. I managed to stop him saying it, thank goodness.
It was, I'll tell you what the word was.
Will you?
Yeah, it was...
No, you know, sometimes, I must say this, you know, the other Anglified American over here, Ruby Wax, you sound awfully like her sometimes. I mean, do you come from the same part of the country?
No, we're actually completely opposite ends of the country.
You have an identical type of humour.
That's a big compliment. That's a big compliment. Ruby's a very, very funny woman.
And she's a very successful...
a much, much funnier woman.
The jury's out, I think.
Anyway, you will overtake her, I've no doubt, Kit. I'm sure you will overtake her.
I can't stand being a second-rate Ruby Wax. I'm sorry.
But who said that?
Who's the set?
But he was not saying that Ruby was first-rate. Are you mollified now?
Oh, shut up, Nicholas. Everyone's bored now.
Well, you may be bored, but the audience is still awake. Right,
I've wrecked my set. Look what I've busted it.
No, it's all right. We wrecked it before and hoping to put the blame on you.
Oh.
Kit.
Clever devil.
Would you like to read out what you had following? He was taking a wedding photo and just about to go click.
When a clever phrase upset Jerry Hall, I've changed my mind again, said Mick.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you get your Ruby Wax to say that. Thank you very much.
Right. Fine.
Just because she's an American, that's all there has to do with it.
No, but your impersonation of her is so good.
She's an American. I am not that obnoxious. I'm leaving. I'm going.
Do you want to put that
together? I'm going over here now.
Right. Oh. Right, so, Jeremy, would you like to come and take this seat?
Okay, yeah.
No, that's my seat. They've been calling me names.
Go and sit down now.
And insulting me and everything.
Oh, dear.
Well, actually, some people would say we might have been somebody else. Look, Kit, we like to have a lot of fun.
Apologize for that crack about Ruby Wax.
Why should I apologize to Ruby Wax? She's not even on the show. Kit, come on, we come here for fun and we're enjoying the fun and you've contributed in great measure. Sit down.
They aren't, they hate you.
Right, we'll read out the first verse. Wait, fifth one, the first is gone. The fifth begins as follows. Roger the rabbit hopped over the hill, flashing his white fluffy tail. Roger the rabbit hopped over the hill, flashing his white fluffy tail. Right. Start writing. Nigel and Perry, a word to rhyme with tail. Always remembering you have to coincide with what you think they may finish their particular. Oh, yes, interesting words. It's still anyone's contest because the money's worth twice as much. And who goes first? It could be important. Nigel, your turn. Can you find your word over here?
On my winning streak, I'll go for Hattie.
On a winning streak, you'll go for Hattie Hayridge.
Nigel, you've left me. You've left me. I hate you now.
Oh, it's a better streak than you, Simon. That's all
Yes.
there
Has
is.
anybody ever called you a winning streak before?
No.
Anyway, Roger the rabbit hopped over the hill, flashing his white fluffy tail.
He shouldn't really have flashed anything. He ended up in jail.
Jail? No.
You see?
Perry.
You see what happens, Nigel?
Right, yeah, but you don't know. Perry, you still have a chance to win. Where do you think your word might be?
Jeremy.
Jeremy?
Well, I'm afraid it's... when I did that in Tesco's, I spent the night in jail.
Another jail? No. Nigel? What about Kit?
Okay, Simon.
Okay,
Oh,
Simon.
Nigel, you came back to me.
Roger the rabbit hopped over the hill,
I've tried to be good in this one too.
flashing his fluffy white tail.
It's okay to do that if you're a bunny, but if you're human, it'll get you a male.
Oh, subtle stuff. I hope I don't know what it means. And Perry, you are left with Kit Hollerbach. Roger Rabbit hopped over the hill, flashing his white fluffy tail.
He was instantly shot by a poacher who was later released on bail.
On bail. Bail! So you get £30 for that. And on the last throw, you get £30. And you had a sail. Yes, you were thinking of sale of the century. Absolutely. So with those £30, you've gone into the lead. And I have to declare that, Perry, you are the winner of this edition of Laughlines and go into the headline section of the show.
Thank you very much.
Stay there, stay with us. Yes, because that one set me going. Yes, I thought of one on that. Do you want to hear what it was? No, it's quite sweet, actually. Roger the rabbit hopped over the hill, flashing his white fluffy tail. He spotted three pretty... No, I'll start it again. Roger the rabbit hopped over the hill, flashing his... No,
The
brain's gone, yes. Roger the rabbit hopped over the hill, flashing his white fluffy tail. He spotted three pretty does, and now he's feeling quite frail. Yes, right, Nigel, alas, we have to leave you. Well, you've done 2 shows, and you've got £30 from this one, 410 for the other 2, and 30 from this, £440. Not bad for 2 shows.
Very good. Very
Well,
good.
I'm not. I've enjoyed having you. Thank you. Is this what you do with your curtain remnants?
I think I wore it for a bet, actually.
Did you forget? Have you won the bet?
Definitely.
Definitely. Well, there's a little bit more money. And also, you do go away with our Laughlines jacket. Oh, exciting, yes. Well, best of luck with the accountancy, and bad luck you didn't do better, but...
Thank you.
Carry on. Thanks a lot, Nigel. Well done, Terry. Now, we go on to the headlines part of the show. I'll just remind our viewers what happens here. I read out a fictitious headline, and what our clever team have to do is to concoct a story which they think could have given rise to this particular headline. But they also have to finish their little story with a word which rhymes with the last word of the headline. I'll explain why in a moment after I've read out the headline for today. And it is Attacked by Giant Leak. So teams, start writing, think of a fictitious story that could have given rise to that fictitious headline. And what you have to do, Perry, is to write down 4 words which rhyme with leak, which you think any one of the 4 of them could finish their particular little stories with. And if any of the words coincide with the last word of their stories, you win £50 for each word. Could win up to £200 in this part of the show. In fact, Nigel got £200 on the last edition, so maybe you'll do the same. Start writing. Leak is the word. 4 words rhyming with leak, all right? Put them out in front of you. They've had little time to think. If you haven't written it down, do it off the top of your head. Kit.
Oh, do I need to do my last word?
Put your last word down, yes, because you're going to ask you to put it in front of you, yes. Right. So, Kit, how do you think that particular headline arose, Attacked by Giant Leak?
Attacked by giant leak. Yesterday, Welsh nationalists used monster vegetables to destroy holiday makers at the rate of 12 per week.
12 per week, very nice. Right, put a week in front of you. If we put that back a bit, I think it's kind of easier. Right, there we are. And now, Simon, what story do you think gave rise to the headline?
Well, yesterday in the House of Commons, Nicholas, Max Boyce was in the vegetable
gallery.
In the vegetable gallery, yes.
I'm getting your disease now. I can't speak any longer.
You're beginning to feel-
Yesterday in the House of Commons, Max Boyce was in the visitors' gallery.
Yeah.
And he hurled an enormous vegetable, as one would, at the Prime Minister.
Yes.
She said in a rare moment of humour that she was used to being attacked by a Welsh vegetable,
Yes.
but usually the attack was really weak.
Week. A different kind of week. Will you put your week in front of you? A different week, but if he's got week of either kind, he will win for that. Hattie, what story do you think gave rise to attacked by giant leek?
Oh, well, the social secretary reported in some paper or other that at Top People's fancy dress party, Barbara Cartland was attacked by a Viscount who was high on drugs and dressed as a giant leek. And I think she made him a hero in her next novel because he made her legs go weak.
Oh, another week. Oh. And Jeremy, attacked by giant leek. What story do you think appeared under that? Put your week in front of you, Hattie. Jeremy.
Our science correspondent reports that the giant leak in question is from the Sellafield nuclear plant, which is pumping nuclear waste into the North Sea, and the prospects for a clear-up operation look bleak.
Bleak. Look bleak. Now, let's see what Perry has got in front of him. He had freak. We don't have a freak over there. We don't have any cheek over there. We do have... What is that?
Beak.
Oh, beak, and it's bleak. Oh, dear, so close. Beak. But he has got weak. And there are 3 weeks there. It doesn't matter that it's spelled differently. We give it to you for that. So that's £150 for your week. A strong word for £150. Yes, and 45 from the other part of the show. So you now have £195, and you're also free to come to the next edition of Laughlines. Are you free to do so?
Hi, I'm Nicholas.
We shall look forward to seeing you all the way from Penarth. That's going to be fun. Our first Welshman moving forward.
He's Welsh.
So
He's
Welsh.
He's Welsh. He's Welsh. Isn't he too? He's Leek and Welsh.
Perry Thomas, you see. All the way from South Glamorgan.
But it was the good headline for him.
It was a very good.
win? I
You didn't
thought all
know
Welsh
when we
people
wrote
were
that headline.
stupid.
We didn't know you were coming on the show, boy. I can tell you. It's your chance, but you were not. You were quite strong with your week. That's all I can say, right? And it's congratulations to Perry Thomas. Well done, Perry. And also my thanks to Kit Hollerbach, Simon Fanshawe, Hattie Hayridge, and Jeremy Hardy. And from me, Nicholas Parsons, we hope you have enjoyed this edition of Laughlines, and you will be on our wavelength once more when we try to get onto your wavelength with more Laughlines. Until then, from all of us here, goodbye. Come over.